Kalamazoo's Real Rock Station, 92.5 The ZUU. It's a Big Dumb Radio Show. I'm Taz. Thank you for tuning in. With me on the line here, we've got one of the dirtiest, nastiest, stinky things in rock and roll. Oderus Urungus, frontman of GWAR. What's going on, man? Where you at?
What's going on there, Taz? I'm talking to you right now from downtown Antarctica, where we're here in our massive Antarctic fortress getting ready to leave on the most massive GWAR tour yet. August 18th sees the release of our new album, Lust in Space, and it also marks the 25th anniversary of GWAR's emergence on this planet as the dominant force that we are. And I couldn't be more delighted to be sharing this with my bastard children, the human race.
All right, man, you mentioned the album right there, 25th anniversary of GWAR, something we're all celebrating. You have a show coming up at the Intersection in Grand Rapids on September 18th. Job for a Cowboy is going to be alongside you. It's your 11th studio album. Congratulations on this thing, man. I got a sneak peek. Let Us Slay and Lust in Space, two of the highlighted tracks for me. What can you tell us about Let Us Slay?
Let Us Slay, that's kind of a song about the hypocrisy of the human condition. I mean, you get these commandments, and one of the first ones is thou shalt not kill, and then they just go ahead and kill anyone that gets in the way. And what we're trying to do is get rid of this kind of hypocrisy. Let us embrace the destruction that is a natural part of the evolution of the human race, and let us all gloriously march into war together to vanquish our common enemy, which is ignorance, and give the salvation of the grave to the human race.
That's Oderus Urungus, frontman of GWAR, man. I love talking to you. Why'd you guys head back to Metal Blade? This is your first album since the return to Metal Blade. What'd they do to con you guys back in there?
Well, that was a mistake on our part, actually. It was very dark. I was very high, and I thought I was signing a shoe endorsement, and apparently we ended up on some other crappy label for a while. Well, that mistake has been righted. The label has been obliterated, and we're back where we belong on the greatest label in metal history, Metal Blade Records. And you can tell with the new album and with all the other crap that's happening with GWAR right now, it's going to be a big 2-year-long 25th anniversary celebration.
Speaking of the shoe endorsement, what size shoe do you wear, Oderus?
It's about a 37 double Z.
So you got to look in special magazines, the big and tall.
They give me shoes, but I never wear them. My feet are kind of already shoes.
That's Oderus Urungus from GWAR. They got a show coming up September 18th at the Intersection, and I'll have details coming up tonight on the Scrapyard about how you can win tickets from the ZUU. You'll want to stick around for that. Lust in Space comes out Tuesday. We cannot wait for the album. I got to ask you this question. Is the album cover a parody of Love Gun?
Well, no, a lot of people are saying that, and I have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Kiss, let me remind you, was just a bunch of dressing up like monsters, and GWAR is considerably more elaborate than that. As much as we love them, no, we're not trying to parody Kiss at all. We are, in fact, just trying to piss them off.
You're just trying to piss them off a little bit?
Well, no, I hope not. I mean, if they see anything like that in the work, I hope that Gene is rich enough that he can take it for the joke that it is.
Well, he's definitely doing enough stuff to where he's got enough money. He doesn't have to worry about it. But, Oderus, to tell you the truth, in a fight, GWAR versus Kiss, yeah, I think you know who I'm going to take, whose side I'm going to be on.
I think so, too. And, it would be hopefully they will try to sue us, because that could mean, better publicity than we've ever gotten before.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking you about it, so people will talk about it. We're on the same page here, Oderus.
Yeah. We've been ripped off enough that we should be able to rip off, if we want to a little bit. The latest thing that's happened is you notice that Pepsi has put out this commercial for their some kind of rock band video game thing where they're obviously ripping off GWAR, and we're trying our best to sue them for every last penny that they've got, but of course they're changing their addresses. First, we kill all the lawyers. I think that'll be the point of the next GWAR album.
I think everybody would be all right with that. And speaking of video games, Brutal Legend, do you guys have any music in this game? Because I see you're playing a show with, I believe, 3 Inches of Blood coming up later on in the year. What's going on with that?
Well, actually, we already did that. That was at the San Diego Comic-Con, and EA Games and Vice Magazine flew us out there and paid us a load of money to do this gig. But at the end of the day, we were very kind of surprised to find out that we're not even on the fucking video game. It doesn't make any sense. We're embraced by the music industry and the video game industry only enough for them to get like their little kick out of GWAR, and then we're cast aside again. None of these companies have ever had the balls or the will to give us the video game that is truly dedicated to GWAR. It will happen sooner or later. It's just a question of when. And if we really all push together as a team, we think that we can make it soon.
We're on the phone with Oderus Urungus, frontman of GWAR, show at the Intersection on September 18th. We will have your ticket fixed. Tune in tonight for all the details on that. New album, Lust in Space, on Tuesday. Go get that. And speaking of this album, I was on your website, and I saw Sleazy P. Martini, of all people. It's hilarious, dude. I love Sleazy. Is he going to be a part of the show in Grand Rapids?
Well, Sleazy came out with us on the big wrestling tour last year. He only comes out of his platinum skyscraper about once every 10 years, and that was because he felt like he was being cheated on some porno royalties. So I don't think he'll be part of the show this year, but I'm sure there'll be more than enough hatred and terror, sleaze and filth to make even someone as degrading and disgusting as yourself happy.
Good, and I'm a pretty disgusting dude.
That's why you're on the radio, so we can't see what you look like.
Exactly, I do have a face for radio. Changing tracks here, Oderus. I saw you on Fox News Red Eye. What's up with that? You got a new gig?
Got a new gig. It's amazing, and another sign of our continuing and growing dominance. I got a guest appearance on this TV show. It went really great. Next, I managed to make it through the entire episode without murdering the host or the guests. I didn't soil myself once. And so they had me back on, and the next thing I know, I've done like 5 appearances, and I've been named the official Fox News intergalactic or interplanetary correspondent. And apparently my next appearance in early September, I'm going to be on for the entire show. So it's only a matter of time until the GWAR show, or perhaps Everybody Hates Oderus, is a typical part of what shall be the GWAR network.
It looks like even Fox News and all their dumbness are finally starting to catch on. If you want ratings, you put GWAR on TV. Just ask Jerry Springer, right?
Well, that's, yeah. I mean, we did a lot for him. I mean, look how his show went completely downhill after we had been on it. You know, once GWAR had done it, he could never approach that greatness again, and it just went downhill. So, hopefully Fox, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, Fox, they're so conservative. Well, I do seem to remember Fox created The Simpsons and Married with Children, and I wouldn't ever really call either of those things conservative. And a lot of people that are doing the show that I'm on are certainly counterculture heroes, and Greg's pretty open-minded. And I mean, all I can say is, you know, if it's right-wing to put GWAR on television, then give me some more right-wing.
Exactly. You'll just do whatever to get on TV, right, man?
Good hype. Everyone gets out there, they see Oderus' lovely face on TV, and they realize just how inadequate the other people that are on TV truly are. So it's just another signpost on the road to the apocalypse that GWAR is trying to bring you.
That's 43 billion-year-old Oderus Urungus. Oderus, thank you very much for the time, and we look forward to hanging out with you at the Intersection on September 18th and the new album on Tuesday.
Hell yeah, I want to say a big shout-out to all the GWAR fans in the Grand Rapids area. We are returning to be amongst you once again. Lust in Space out next week. And the 2-year, 25th anniversary of GWAR beginning as well. It's going to be a hell of a party.